All right, it's recording.
I'll get up here when you edit it before I put it on. Alright, my name's Blake Jennings. This is Bryant Ginn for EFD 552, Diversity with Dr. Young, our diversity plan project.
We defined and looked up some ways other people define diversity. Malcolm Ford says it's the art of thinking together independently. Gandhi says diversity there certainly is in the world, but it means neither inequality nor untouchability. And Dr. Seuss said, why fit in when you were born to stand out?
So just kind of looking at these, looking at our demographics here at Ohatchee, not necessarily, not very diverse here at Ohatchee. We're 93% Caucasian with our white kids, and then 4% African American, 2% Hispanic, and then 0.2% Asian. We do have one kid from from Japan, and then one from Vietnam.
Well, here's our data for the last 3 years for free and reduced lunch. The current year, as far as data goes, 2016-17, and it was been the highest it's been the last 3 years. It was 52.7. In 2015-16, it was 42, and then it was roughly the same in 14-15 at 40%.
And so as we looked at that to come up with a diversity plan, it was really couldn't use our demographics. We had to use our students that were on free and reduced lunch and the students that are not in their test scores. We always said, at Ohatchee, we either have kids that are really high or we've got kids that are really low. There's really no in between. And these scores really prove it. We've got a lot of kids upwards of 21, 22 cumulative scores right now, which we hope everything comes up for our students not on free and reduced lunch. But you see there with the blue, our students that are on free and reduced lunch are scoring much lower at 18, at 16, at 17 and a half. So, our goal is can we bring those numbers up?
Our first set of goals for just OHS were to strive towards the mission of every student being college career ready, and that's part of Plan 2020. But we want to make sure that all of our kids, ELLs, are all ready for college or career. We're going to do this by promoting college and career week here at school, as well as bringing in some college recruiters and business leaders to kind of help educate our kids on what being college and career really means. The second one, create and maintain high expectations for all students. We want to bring our students up to a high level, and that includes some of our lower learners. We'll continue to keep data that pertains, that will help us track that, as well as increase attendance by 15% with all students. We believe being in class, being at school will help them learning.
Our next goals for all over the whole school, including students, faculty, everybody, increase parent involvement, provide all parents in school for resources to help their students be able to take the ACT. I think it's a big deal for us to communicate with those parents, making sure we're calling home all the time, calling home 3 or 5 times a week, maybe a couple of kids here and there, talking about positives, talking about negatives, making sure the positives outweigh the negatives in what we're doing and how we're talking to them, and really pumping up the ACT to them and making it a big deal, because it is such a, it's not really a test of intelligence, but somebody's going to give you a lot of money for it. It's going to help you down the road. We want kids to do well. We want to provide all students preparing for the ACT during our strategies class. Our strategies class every day from 10:15, 10:45. Let them take some practice tests, every other week or so. Our sophomores and our juniors are going to take ACT practice tests during Scantron testing that they have to do. Give practice ACT sets during strategies 2 times per week. So just 1 week work on reading, 1 week work on English, and then the next week, just keep going working on different subjects until we get better at it. Maybe in the fall, do 1 big test. In the winter, do another big test. And in the spring, we give them the real thing and see how far they came along.
We also want to have some goals for students in poverty. Our first one was increase college interest and acceptance. And we're going to do this through promoting our college week, application week early in the fall. Have them take 3 to 5 colleges they may want to go to, and let's sit down and do the application process with them. I also want to educate them on the big difference in a high school education versus a college education monetarily. We know all students may not need to go to college. They may also need to be career ready. But we want to show them kind of the average and the difference in that, even if it's just a 2-year degree that they get. Also, all faculty members will be professional relationships with each student, understanding how in the impoverished live on a daily basis. I know we did this book study. I didn't realize, some of the things I went through as a child, not even comparable what they do and how they see life and how they see everything. So we want to make sure all our faculty understands that, so it helps deal with students.
Next two goals for our students, all faculty members model speaking and writing in formal registry. A lot of times our kids talking, just in casual registry, as Payne talks about in her book, using better vocabulary with them in the hallways, just as in a normal conversation. And we thought other ways that maybe we can help teach some strategies we could use using that formal registry is teach kids how to do an interview. You conduct an interview, you can't use, casual talk. You got to use proper vocabulary to be able to maybe get the job one day. So we thought that may help. Another thing for students in poverty, teach the impoverished students they have a choice in their actions and what the perceived future will be. There's so many times kids in poverty think, hey, this is what I am, this is what I'll always be, I can't get out of it. And it's our job as educators, our job as leaders to mentor those kids and say, hey, you can make something of yourself, you can get out of the situation you're in. So that's a big deal, that's a big thing, just leadership-wise and all teachers.
For our faculty, we want to increase and provide professional development using Dr. Payne's book, A Framework for Understanding Poverty. We will do a book study over that over the summer, and then we'll also follow up with some professional development days that we have here at school. We also want to place folders and posters in all rooms to recognize poverty-stricken situations that students in poverty might be dealing with that are underlying factors. In Dr. Payne's book, she has a hidden rules among classes quiz, and we want to use that with our teachers to kind of show teachers how students survive in poverty.
The next two goals, our last two goals for the faculty, especially for administrators, making sure they recruit, retain diverse and culturally competent faculty and staff. Making sure that we're hiring people that have a different ethnic background for some of our different students that we're beginning to get here at Ohatchee. Because I know I started here at Ohatchee 7 years ago. It was just all, it's all Caucasian, all African American. And just in the past few years, we've had multiple Hispanic kids move in, kids from Asian countries. So, having different teachers here at the school with different backgrounds has really helped us. So we want to be able to have more of those. And then close the academic achievement gap among students who are on free or reduced lunch and those who are not. That's the big deal. And a lot of times you talk about the academic achievement gap, closing those test scores. That's what we're trying to do. But it's also the opportunity gap. If you think about it, give those kids who are in poverty a better chance, and they'll have a chance to be more successful, and their opportunities will definitely go through the roof. References.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank y'all.